Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Billy Strange, and today I'm taking a look at WRC 6, Kiloton's latest release, in fact their second release in the WRC series. So I guess the big question is, did they improve on WRC 5? And to do that, let's take a look. Now I've put about 9 hours into the game. To begin with, I'm going to kind of go through some of the options. If you want to skip to the driving part, then I will put a timestamp down below. Let's go to options here. Gameplay, what do we got? You have your driving style. So you can pick a few different ones. I've got it on custom. Obviously, there's no starting assistance where you can hold the e-brake. Damage can either not affect handling or it can. You can choose stability help and just manual, semi-automatic, or automatic transmission. Difficulty, you've got easy, medium, hard, and expert. I had it on hard. And your co-driver settings. Now, what I found was it will default to accessible, I believe. I put everything detailed, but when you do that, he is obviously talking more, so you might need to play with the timing of your co-driver. Colorblind mode, which is actually really nice for the people that have a hard time, obviously, seeing those colors. And we go to display. Heads-up display, you've just got a few, just the standard stuff. Nothing fantastic there. You can change from close, normal, far, and very close. I've got mine at very close. If you choose to run in the third-person view, you can change that as well. Display, it is, as you can tell, supporting my ultra-wide 2560 by 1080 monitor, so it appears to have that option available, which is a plus. I do not know if it has full triple support. My instinct tells me no, but I do not run triples, so I will have to ask John, or we, as a collective, if you're interested, we'll have to ask John about the triple screen support. And graphics. Now, this is kind of minimalistic. It's not bare bones, but it obviously isn't very detailed in the things that you can change, but I've got everything on very high, and I'm getting a very solid frame rate. In fact, I've got the FPS counter up in the top right, so when I'm driving, you can take a look at that. And then some more post-processing. You've got some other options here. Sound options, fairly standard there, nothing mind-blowing. You can pick you can change your controller, you can do your controller settings, and of course you can go through your steering wheel. You will have axis detection. Once you say you're playing with the wheel, at least I didn't seem to be able to get my mouse to work, so it's kind of one or the other. And that's pretty much it for your options. Now the biggest thing is there is no, at the time of this recording at least, there is no way to have multiple USB inputs. So for those of you that are using a different wheel and pedal set that cannot be plugged into the base, in other words, you're running, let's say, some Fanatec pedals, phonetic pedals, however you say it, with a Thrustmaster wheelbase. Obviously, the one can't plug into the other, so you would run two inputs in. It will not recognize that, as again, that's as of this recording, and it's kind of an interesting thing. It's great that we get these more console-focused titles on the PC. It gives us an option. You know, I think there's a market here for it. The problem is that I don't think developers have realized yet that they're actually limiting the amount of people that can play, because especially on the PC, the kind of freedom that you get on a PC is picking the pieces that you want to use, using an external handbrake that maybe not will connect to your wheelbase or something like that. Unfortunately, when you limit it to one input, that cuts out a lot of different combinations, and thus you get a much more narrow player base. So what I'd like to see is, it's great. I think it's a good thing that these titles are coming to the PC. So far, in my experience, this one seems to be fairly well optimized. The problem is you're eliminating a subset of people within a subset that are unable to plug pedals into their wheelbase for one singular input. That's really the biggest gripe here, and if that is kind of a deal killer for you, then, unless you want to see me drive, that's, if that affects you, then you're kind of out of luck with WRC 6. So again, I think developers really should pay attention if you're porting it to the PC or making a version alongside, because sometimes they don't like to say they ported it. Which actually, this doesn't really seem like a port. The fact that it has ultra-wide display, the 21:9 resolution available, and then some of the other features, it's like they developed it in conjunction with. The problem is that you're missing that big part there. Okay, so enough rambling. You can do quick game, which is a quick race. You can make a custom championship. You have the oh, he's going to talk. But anyway, here are the rallies that you can pick from. All your 2016 rallies. And as we go through, I'm going to do a couple different things here, but as we go through, I think they've done a great job at getting the feel of each rally. Like, each rally really feels distinct unto itself from the other ones, and it's not just cut and paste part and, I don't know, it's really kind of cool. Now, my only issue is there's not a lot of stages here, so the problem is when we get into career mode, you'll see that you will repeat a lot of the same stages, which I don't care for. Just let me run it once. That's good enough. I don't need to repeat it. They do have some different weather conditions. And then your time of day options really mix up how the stages drive. Here's your career mode. And then when you first start, you'll get the introduction race, which I am going to do next. So here you go. This is what it's like to be welcome to WRC 6. I'm going to say no. I want the most realistic experience. Yes. No, I've already calibrated that.
Hello everyone, and welcome to WRC 6 and to Sardinia, where the 6th race of the season is one of the unmissable events in the World Rally
So they have a little intro, which is really nice. Now, graphically, I think it is much improved over WRC 5.
The difficulty of the Rally d'Italia essentially lies in how narrow the stages are. The wheel just
going to be comparable. I mean, like, you can see the textures on the rocks there. It's not mind-blowing by any means. You can see the trees there as well. But I like this. I like this little intro that they can do before the races. The fact that they have gone through the lengths of, I think it's really quite a substantial improvement. Again, the graphics aren't anything to write home about. There's plenty of other titles that you can go have better graphics, but I actually don't think they're that bad. I think they're pretty serviceable, and at sometimes you get some weather conditions and like morning when the sun's coming through the trees, it actually can look pretty stunning. Oops. There's already that. It puts it in automatic to begin with, which is funny because I asked for realistic. That's an odd thing to do. Is what it is. I've mapped the handbrake button to the top left button on my wheel, again because I do not have, it does not have separate inputs available. I cannot even make my H pattern and turn it into a handbrake. And that will turn, oh crap, that will turn a lot of people off as I crunch the car. You can, now, the windshield cracking is kind of goofy to me, and you can hear there's no co-driver yet. Driving the Hyundai. Oops. I find myself using the handbrake quite a bit, not necessarily in this stage, but as we... There's my co-driver. You're going to hear him be very detailed. In fact, I might need a... Oh, that was a... I use my handbrake quite a bit. Other people I saw were not using their handbrake. You don't need to use the handbrake. If you're on simulation, you should be using your handbrake. In my experience, actually, quite a bit. And he will tell you if you need to slow down. Pace notes are serviceable. I actually almost like these pace notes. They're not as smooth as Dirt Rally. But I feel like I can understand them a little better. 5 tightens to 3. Had to turn it up just a little bit in my headphones. Now you can see the mirrors aren't very good. But I think as a whole, I mean, it's definitely improved over WRC 5. There's more... Oh, crap. There's more, it's more lifelike. The stage is more lively. It's got more things going on. People... I'm talking over the co-driver.
Excellent performance by Thierry Neuville. That superb time will give him confidence for the rest of the rally.
Yay! No. I want manual. This is where you can play with... in the beginning, this is where you set your semi-automatic or manual transmission.
Of the WRC.
So what it's doing right now is it's trying to... With these stages, it's trying to assess your driving ability. How fast are you? Your experience level. And it's going to suggest a difficulty level, which I like. I like that. That's a good idea. It would be nice to skip, but I wouldn't skip it. Go ahead and give it a try. It's a little annoying to run with an automatic transmission in the first stage there, but now we're going to run with the manual. Whoa.
The British driver and his co-driver
He came off the road.
are safe and sound, fortunately. The rally is over for the Citroën crew.
It's very funny. Alright, and it puts you... Yes, well, no, I'm not going to do that, but... There we go. Once you've selected that in-car view to be your favorite view, it will no longer change. But these first 2 races like this, it tries to put it outside the car. See, a couple tack, just a couple dabs on the e-brake there. One thing you have to be careful of is when you start running your rally races, you can actually kill your tires. If you're running multiple stages in a row... Whoa, there's a car off the side. That's kind of cool. That's what they were talking about earlier. And it has stuff like that in there that really breathes a little more life into the game, so it's not so stale. Caution, here we go. Whoa, whoa. I hit the e-brake and I shouldn't have. Damaging your car can really affect the way it handles. Oh! I was gonna say, it's not turning. So, this is scripted. So, you're gonna go here. You're gonna say, yes, I'd like to replace my tires. It's gonna give you a 30-second penalty. And when you race, it does not seem to be scripted. It seems to be, I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now is, but it seems to be dependent on the stage, what you've hit. Oh, too far, too deep. And like this stage, each stage and each rally, I'm sorry, definitely has a unique, crap. Definitely has a unique feel to how much side bite the car has, how much, oops, too slow, how much forward traction you have. It's very interesting, and the car really gets a sense of lean. It moves more. It doesn't feel as stiff as WRC 5. I am not going to say this is arcade-like. Arcade-like to me is just, you know, stomp and steer kind of thing where it's so hooked up no matter what the condition is. There's some finesse involved with this, and the stages can get really, really narrow. Like if you go to the RAC rally. I mean, those stages are so narrow. It's crazy. So, is it the most simulation ever? No. Yeah, see, it still put me on hard, the difficulty. So, and it seems to be, there you can see the little animation at the end. That's pretty cool. So let's see, we're going to do the Monte Carlo rally. And this is in my career. Now, I started in the junior WRC category. Those cars are okay. It gives you a good idea. Then you go to WRC 2. And then, obviously, the WRC cars. You get offers depending on how well you're doing. Each team has a different objective, so you can select your teams. So, I'm going to go with hard tires. It does make a difference. That sounded good. A little softer roll bar in the front. Could probably lower, since we're at Monte Carlo, probably could lower the car just a hair. And now here's your differential, how strong it will be. Some cars have more settings for their gear ratio. Apparently we have only got 2. I'm going to pick the longer one so I don't run out of gear. And I'm going to pick a stronger rear differential just so it spins the back end just a little more. Handbrake power. This tuning setting is not available in the JWRC that I could see. At least I only did 1 season. You can do 2 seasons. I didn't feel the need to. Brake bias to the rear. I'm assuming that's to the rear. That's what it feels like since the back end of the car is to the left. At least that's what it's showing me, so I hope that's right. As long as you're hitting your goals, you can see the goal up at the left-hand side. Your team's happy. It appears that if your team starts to get unhappy, they can't fix as much in between the in the work area. So that's kind of cool. I mean, if you don't like it, you can always skip this, but you know, you get to see your car rolling up. I'm in a quote-unquote lower level, one of the support teams for the WRC, not an actual factory team. All right, here we go. So hold the handbrake. You can try to time it to get a little better start. I have not run this rally yet because in the lower levels you don't run every single rally there is, so I'm experiencing this with you guys. It looks pretty good to me. Not amazing, but I mean, I think they've done, a good job. I'm not listening to my co-driver talking too much. Oh, what? So there's the flat. Depending on what difficulty level you have, if you picked, I think it's what, expert is the next one up, you cannot restart the stage at all. With hard, you can restart once, and so on and so forth with the easier difficulty levels. We're just going to restart since it's giving me that option.
Tightens 4, narrows, and left 5, 50, junction, 13, left 5, and right 7.
These morning stages can be really cool looking. Not listening to my co-driver.
Right 5, tightens 3, don't cut, into left 3, short, opens, and caution, twisty left. 13, right 6, tightens, keep in, and caution, left 1.
The one thing you can see about the environment is it's almost like it's... Whoa, I thought it was going to turn earlier. It's almost building the textures on the side. You can see it kind of come up. It's really a bizarre look because it looks like the environment's melting. Oh, fairly slick in the shade. And if this was raining, it would definitely be slick. Like, they've done a really good job of making each condition feel very different. I mean, even between the asphalt stages. You go, the tarmac or the asphalt stages are all going to feel the same. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whew. That almost looked like I knew what I was doing. But even the tarmac stages can feel different between them all. Germany feels different than this. Feels different than, I think, France is. Got tarmac. Wow, almost looked like I knew what I was doing again. But that's why, oh, too much. That's why I strengthened the handbrake. Because the handbrake, you seem to have to hold the button a little while, but at least it's not, oh, oof, almost lost it. Oh, crap. Oops. Oh, see? And it's very sensitive to if you gain time and if you're cutting the course. There's no rewinds with this thing. Tightens to 2. Of course, I like the WRC cars because they're fast as hell. Oh, see, if I wouldn't have got that 4-second penalty, I would have won. And for me, it depends on the car and the course as to whether I am winning a stage or if I'm in the back. Some rallies, I am just not good enough. So here's a night stage. So we'll run this stage, and then I'll show you what it's like to repair your car. And at the very end, I'll do a replay and kind of recap my thoughts on WRC 6. I'm actually having fun with it. It's... I don't know. It's got mixed reviews on Steam. I think people are expecting too much out of this. This is a WRC title. You are not going to get, oh, shoot. You're not going to get a dirt rally. Do not expect to get dirt rally out of this. You know, dirt rally and Richard Burns rally are, they are not only on a different level, they're focused in a different direction than this. This is pure WRC. You're not going to get any other cars. Nothing. That's not the focus. And when I look at a game like this, I really try to see what their focus was and judge it on that. Oh, shoot. Not paying attention, not listening at all. There's a nice cracked windshield again. Little goofy. One thing I have not mentioned, and I'm sorry I'm not shifting, I'm trying to think of the next point to make. Hard brake, hairpin left. There we go. Force feedback is actually pretty good. Hard brake. Oh, that's not good. It's fairly detailed, and when you start running on courses that have ruts and stuff in it, you can really feel it try to pull the wheel. Now, I lessened the force feedback. I thought it was a little too strong, and then it was starting to clip. Oh, a little too much there. Also, another thing is that when you run, depending on when you... Whoa, come back. Depending on when you run, if you run later in the stage, you'll actually start to... Oh, shoot. Yep, I knew that was coming. Too late on the handbrake. You will start running in other cars' ruts. Damn it. And it'll actually affect how you run the stage. So there's that to contend with, too. If you're the first... Whoa. If you're the first car on the track, you'll get a fresh course. And sometimes that's an advantage, and sometimes it's a disadvantage. Sometimes you're the one clearing it off. Sometimes you've just got a nice, clean... Oh, whoops, too far. Track ahead of you. Really spinning the tire. Again, you have to also, while you're running, be very mindful of tire wear. If you spin the tire too much and you've got like 3 stages, you'll... Oh, that's just... Oh, and I got a penalty? Well, that sucks. I didn't even know that was coming.
Flat right, 30, acute hairpin left, 30. Flat left, 30, acute hairpin right, 30.
Yeah, that wasn't so good.
Acute hairpin left, don't cut, 30.
I mean, just... it kind of has the same problem. Oh, shoot. I'm messing this up. This is me not driving well.
Don't cut, 30. Acute hairpin left.
Like I said, I have not driven this one at all, so this is all new to me. That's a little better. Still not great.
Flat right, Titan 7, short.
Holy crap.
Titan.
Again, I really like that all of the locations feel unique unto themselves. Ah, should have just not even bothered with the handbrake there. Oh, there we go. Wait till the very last hairpin to figure it out. But what I was saying about tire wear is if you've got 3 rally stages, or if you've got 2 rally stages and you've picked a soft compound, you can actually kill your tires so bad that the car just starts skating all over the place. It's just another little wrinkle that they throw in that really adds. And it doesn't matter if it's asphalt, tarmac rather, gravel, snow. You can kill your tires either way. And see, I ended up doing pretty good. I seem to do fairly well in like adverse conditions. When the rally is really fast, it can be really difficult. So here we can repair the car. I just select quick repair. Really, it seems to work fine. I mean, you can get into the nitty-gritty. I don't really care. You know what? One more thing before I kill this. There are some super special stages that are really neat. I want to show that off real quick, and then I'll wrap it up. So you have some super special stages, which are the standard 2 cars doing a crossover. This one, though, and there's a few others, are this really tight through the... I just watched one the other day. It's really... I think it's really cool. It's really hard. I'm not very good at it, but it's really cool. Alright, had a technical difficulty on my end. Let's try this again. Wasn't the best handbrake turn, but whatever. Some stages you can get dirt on your windscreen, so you can hit your windshield wipers. Gotta slow down early for this thing because it gets real slick right there. I just look at the sun coming through the trees. This is an evening and cloudy, I think. This is so cool. I really enjoy this part. Ooh. Just smoking those tires. Come back. Whoa. You just really feel like you're doing something the whole time. Ah, didn't get on the throttle soon enough. Hit the handbrake. Touch the fence. Little chicane there. The only thing oh crap. That's too fast, too fast, too fast. The only thing I think is a little on the silly side is the stupid cracked windscreen. Oh, so even with that mistake, I was a little faster, but yeah, maybe I should bump up the difficulty. But anyway, that kind of shows you the driving, and I don't know, seems pretty good. So that's my thoughts on WRC 6. I think it's much improved. I think the graphics are better. Overall, I just think it's a better game, period. I think Killison has actually done a really good job. I enjoy the title for what it is. Again, if you were looking for a Richard Burns rally or a dirt rally experience, that is not what you're going to get. This is not bleeding edge sim, but it is sim. I'm not going to say this is an arcade title. Arcade title, I think of like Need for Speed or something like that, where I can, again, like I said before, I can stomp and steer. The car just seems to be stuck to the track. I don't get that with this title, so I think overall, in every single aspect, I think they've improved it. It does have a few, you know, minor things that I would like to see improved. Frame rate is rock solid. It seems to be well optimized, at least the machine that I'm playing on. I haven't had any issues there. And, you know, is it worth... It's up to you guys if it's worth the money. Again, you've got controllers that don't do separate do a single input, then, you know, this is a lost cause. And that's unfortunate. I think they're missing part of the market there. They've also been on top, as far as I've been seeing, they've been on top of changing out the, or making changes and updates with patches. They've made like 3 so far to address some of the community issues they're having with maybe wheels not being recognized correctly and that kind of thing. So they seem to be on top of it. I like it. I actually like WRC 6. It's not the best thing ever, but it's pretty good, and this is on the PC. I've heard graphical issues and some other stuff on PS4 and Xbox One. I cannot speak to those, but on PC, I like it. So that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button. If you're new here and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. You'll see more WRC 6 content come through the pipeline. For the latest in sim racing news, hit up isrtv.com, and if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter at strange_Billy. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.